I'm John Morgan of Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and
Morgan and
Morgan and Morgan and
Morgan and
Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan.
So as my mom and dad would say, right before they tucked us in at night,
Morgan and 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 Morgan.
Hey there, welcome back to OtakuDaiKun. I'm Daichan Alter, and you're here for another batch of 69 delicious Fate memes. Type Moon in general is included, of course. Maybe you've noticed my Aoko Aozaki cosplay? I'm annoyed this outfit didn't make it into FGO, so I decided to homage it on my body. If you're thirsty for more, there's a separate video all about this costume's creation. Now, these memes are taken from Twitter, Reddit, and my own Discord. I try to give credit whenever possible, but not all memes are properly watermarked. If one of yours is here, let us know so we can better appreciate your work. With that, let's get down with the good stuff. Whether you're into Mahoyo, Kara no Kyokai, or Tsukihime, all paths lead to FGO. Is that so? I actually think it's the opposite. The mobile game is getting more people into other Type Moon works. All of that whale money is being invested in external franchises. Aoko and Medea have the same height, same weight, and the same kind of boyfriend. Isn't it true that Sojiro was a prototype for Kuzuki? I still find it odd that Mahoyo insisted they weren't a couple, only for the collaboration event to change things. Perhaps it was only a matter of seeing Sojiro's shirtless body more often. You saw how Aoko looked at him. Though, I suspect if he showed up with a sombrero and mustache, it would have been a turn-off. Feliz Cinco de Mahoyo. The pun is irresistible. This is Aozaki? Oh, I wanted the smoking one. Does Toko really not show up at all? Funny how this picture uses her Kara no Kyokai design. She's fantastic, but personally I can't stand the smell of smoke. Koyama's Aoko had her breast volume increased by 20%. I didn't know what to do with all that sex appeal. 2 options were discussed for the extra chapter's fan service scene. For some reason, Bunny Girl, which wasn't even a candidate, got chosen. Bunny Girl beats Maid every day, assuming we're talking about traditional attire. This could hardly be called a scene, though. Mostly just a picture. Apparently, you can steal Aoko's style by shopping at the Salvation Army. If this is how she dresses in the future, where on earth did my outfit come from? Did she pick it out, or was it a gift? We may never know. When I first saw this, I thought it was another bootleg product. Now I see it's Photoshop, and Aoko is an Indonesian bakery. Though if you look closer, the emblem says Aoka. A fair amount of effort went into this one. Would you buy a slice of bread just because it had an anime girl on it? What living with 2 witches does to a mofo. Is there an opposite to a glow-up, like a dark down? This design is terrible. He's either MatPat Sojiro or Shizuki the Waz. Which way, Western man? Can't we just, turn around and head back the other way? We already have Shizuki at home, and for once it's better that way. In Mahoyo, you can choose between a girl who wants to kill you, a girl who wants to kill you, a girl who wants to kill you, and a girl who wants to kill you. Does it help at all that they want to kill each other, too? Guys will literally just see this and type wife. Of course, what won't a guy find waifu material? I guess bitch from Shield Hero? But yeah, muscles in moderation are a total plus. When it comes to girls wanting to kill you, it seems Tsukihime doesn't disappoint either. Under the right circumstances, they all might just do it, too. I definitely feel Arcuade's the scariest of the bunch. You don't want to mess with her. Apparently, you don't want to mess with her hair either. An anime girl's hair vents are a vital organ for facilitating gas exchange to control body temperature. Without them, the girls will overheat and die. This is like how Hideo Kojima made Quiet breathe through her skin just to justify her bikini. I'm not complaining. So, Arcuade, I have an odd question to ask you. How long did it take to pull yourself back together after being cut into 17 pieces? Wasn't it less than 24 hours? She recovers faster than a man's splooge. LeBron James reportedly forgot to click the Type Moon logo on Tsukihime's title screen to unlock bonus scenes. Forget LeBron. Did I forget to do this for my live stream? It's been so long I honestly can't remember. I know Kohaku's a gamer, but why play Melty Blood on the toilet? Not while sitting on the toilet, but literally placing your Switch on the toilet seat. Maybe it's to keep it a secret from Akiha. Blue Glass Moon, Beyond Journey's End. Freeren's magecraft and lifespan are enough to make any dead apostle jealous. I can kill anything that exists, even if it's a god. That I don't question. What I do wonder is what Shiki supposedly smells like. Is there a blood-scented perfume? 10 things Shiki Tono can do that Shiro Emiya can't. Number 1, date his sister. Not from lack of effort, mind you. Prisma Ilia has a trifecta of incestuous bonds. They just never come to fruition. Apparently nothing's off limits when the siblings are adopted. It's good to know that Type Moon men all seem to be good cooks. Even Sojiro was able to wow his housemates. Saber's probably the happiest, though. She appreciates food so much. Shiki with his love of the harem versus Shiro with his love for the harem. Are there perhaps more swords in fate than there are waifu? Imagine if Shiro could project waifu. Now that would be magecraft worth learning. I see the sign, but the pictures are all of kitchen items. That actually makes sense, if it's Shiro running the business. Before Traum, cool designs, but they're all just NPCs. After Traum, oh, my poor babies. May you all rest in peace, again. If that's Charlemagne, who's been giving orders in his name? Oh, look, a giant. Did they use magecraft to create his visage? Both Ritsuka and Roland also played the part of Charles, yet they all have different statures. At that point, what's stopping them from using a cardboard cutout? Yu Mei Ren was so tired, she single-handedly threw us into maintenance just so she could sleep. I understand. Nothing makes me sleepier than grinding events. A guest? What exactly are you doing here? I was on my way to the kitchen to grab a snack and got lost. You wound up at the root on your way to the kitchen? I'm not a clever woman. Is this what they mean when they say ignorance is bliss? If Void Shiki offered you a single wish, what would you choose? Speaking of choice, which of these critters would you take into battle? For as much as I adore Foe, I've seen the havoc that those Astolfo plushies wreak. An infestation would drive this world to ruin, and even on its own, I'd be too afraid to sleep at night. Caldea's online classes for child servants be like? Is Carmilla acting as Jack's mom? I assume Bunyan broke the camera. Of course, everyone's shocked by Kama's webcam, which for some reason has Emiya smashing Parvati in the background. You would think Kama would be in on that. Anime-onlys making the most complicated watch order in the history of mankind just because they don't want to read. I'm sorry, but we have to praise UFO Table for putting Fate on the map. Their works are by far the easiest way to entice new fans. The more complex a power system gets, the funnier it is when someone pulls out a gun. I feel like in most Japanese media, bullets are treated as flashy particles that either miss or are easily deflected. At least Fate justifies this with superhuman servants and crazy magecraft. Hell, they cleverly incorporate magic into the bullets themselves. When you summon Yugi as a caster-class servant, would that make him a summoner? He's the gateway to putting a card system within another card system. Ereshkigal is confident with her 4 queens, yet Gramps beats her with 4 kings. Nitocris, however, decides to play a completely different game, utterly obliterating the competition. Seems fitting for an Egyptian servant to whip out Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Now, either Luigi's being a good pest exterminator, or he's trying to roast seaweed. In either case, I approve. Do you believe in fate? Because meeting you feels like a grand order. As in, a dangerous mission forced upon you over the survival of humanity? How romantic. When you're denied entrance to the pearly gates for playing too much gotcha. If that's because of my gluttony, I'll accept it, so long as Nasu is also denied for the sin of greed. It's only fair, right? I ran out of AP, and Mashu comes to the rescue with an apple. The Seiyu's resemblance is uncanny. In my case, we just pull up an entire tractor full of apples. I'll never run out again. This one's not strictly fate, but there's tons of overlap. In anime, the Greek gods are mechs, India's legends are shonen bros, and Mesoamericans wrestle dinosaurs. Suddenly, learning about history and world cultures is way more fun. Tamamo Cat and Daikokuten. Imagine an anime with that fluid emotion of 1940s cartoons. It would be a very particular flavor of Sakuga. When Mara is summoned to the Shin Megami Tensei universe. The people said it was vile, but this is even worse than I anticipated. Honestly, that's just Twitter's usual reaction to lolly stuff. Perhaps Kama should have shown up in her adult form. Meanwhile, Chaldea accidentally summons the Mara from SMT, the giant dick chariot monster. I'd like to see both of them summoned together, honestly. That's a doujin just waiting to come to life. In the original novels, the cultured, uncut versions, Arcuade got 1 H-scene, Hisui got 3, and Sakura got a total of 5. Given her promiscuity, you'd think that would be the best, but no, it's the little cat girl who takes the fame. Does it really count if she's masquerading as the other girls, though? Does it matter if it's all a dream or not? Not to me, so long as it's FAP-worthy. Oh, such a fun chart. It reveals that Kama's into doggy, Salome's got 1 leg wrapped around your waist, Kiyohime's a small sub, Koyanskaya's gonna sandwich you from both ends, Merlin has you carrying her, and Barghest, naturally, carries you. It's amazing how this sparks the imagination. Visiting Shinjuku just to chill with Salter and Jalter is weak sauce. Visiting Shinjuku to fondle them, however, now that's galaxy brain. Oh my, looks like Aoko's going for a slam dunk. The sheer intensity and dynamicism of this frame is delightful. I suppose that's one way to form a contract. My red flags are big, but so are my boobs. I mean, isn't that just what we call a fixer-upper? Or is it that her being broken just makes her hotter? Hello, Sensei from Azure Lane. Hello, Fujimaru from FGO. Ah, well, it seems big boobs aren't the only things compelling us. Gotta say, though, you can't possibly beat Ritsuka when he has official art like that. If Fate Grand Order had WhatsApp, Morgan, Melusine, and Kukulkan all want the bussy. Mashu seems like she's helping, but thanks to Merlin, she's packing a 12-incher. Gordolf is just outraged and confused. As far as I'm aware, Merlin's magic only goes one way. So just where did those jugs come from? Type Moon character designs when they were writing NSFW. It was all so modest, at least until you found the H-scenes. Yet, these are the designs after they stopped writing H-scenes. You see, this is how equilibrium is established. Without the actual smut, you need to compensate in other ways. That said, I'm now frustrated that Takeuchi never drew an H-scene for Shiki and Kokuto. I demand to see the night of their daughter's conception. An encyclopedia of Anderson's savage insults. I'll read two of my favorites. Corinthians 6:12. If you want to pretend you're a holy woman, you can try again once you've squeezed out of those absurd breasts. You should be able to, cow that you are. Let us not forget Genesis 16:8. Do you really want to know the interests and idiosyncrasies of that flesh cushion? Amen. It seems Akiha wants in on the roasting. Your D-cup breasts are a putrid display of opulence, while my A-cups, of which I am not insecure about, show dignity, nobility, and a refined, modest way of life. Oh, come on now, they're all just different flavors. According to Twitter, liking these women makes you a prawn addict, but if you're into this image, suddenly you're stunning and brave. I remember how pissed they got when someone made her face less mannish. Best one here has got to be the Danmachi one in the bottom left. Historical accuracy be damned. Do you love me? Yes, of course, my king. Hey, are you winning, sir? Uh-oh, someone spent too long in VR. Is that supposed to be blood coming from his eyes and seeping onto the floor? Let's just say there are worse ways to go. While Artoria has amazing facial expressions, she can also convey a plethora of emotions using only her aoge. It really is just like a dog's tail. This chart fails to mention that if you yank the aoge out entirely, she goes into rage mode. Proceed at your own risk. Most of the time, though, she's just wholesome. This new Nendoroid has a slightly more realistic shape, and it's so adorable I just had to buy it. Too bad I can't be that peaceful waiting for it to arrive. Sprocket players. This is brilliant, but I like rivets. Not gonna lie, all those studs are both distracting and kinda cool. I certainly doubt that would help for mobility, though. But Shiro, you were supposed to be the scabbard, not me. Well, my dear, the night is young. There's plenty of time for a tag team. What do you make of this 10 roll? According to this artist, it's 2.5 Pendragons. I'd watch it. Feels like something Mirabeau Studios could animate. I have two moods. Flat is justice, and mommy milker's enthusiast. On separate characters, either can be great. For Artoria, though, I'd rather be a hero of justice. Maybe this right here is what led Archer astray from his dream. F5 quick save. Go out with me. Become a wife. Never mind. F9 quick load. Access to save scumming in reality would be the ultimate superpower. Sometimes you just never know what will happen until you try. I know we're well past this campaign now, but the meme is still good. So close, I can almost taste it. I hate Patrick as a character, but he's got the right idea, and her reaction is priceless. How to train your king. More like how to torture your king. At least be courteous enough to clean the cones of shame out every now and then. There's sure to be drool puddling around the neck. What a great gacha result. I should put it online to salt other people. It's funny imagining the characters playing their own game. Why roll for a JPEG when you either are or could go see the actual person? So, apparently this is true. Dora is, according to the wiki, 3 centimeters taller than Artoria. It may seem funny, but in reality, this would be terrifying, like a life-sized Nendoroid. If I were Ritsuka, this is how I'd act getting back to Chaldea after Traum. Just imagine if we sent him out instead of Sherlock. What would you do if you found out that a younger version of yourself was causing chaos out in the world? It's Pride Month, Ritsuka-kun. You know what that means? Huh? What? Do you want me to, like, summon gay servants? I already do that. Maybe we should find a way to resurrect Pepe. Guy who's ambiguously bisexual, but only because no one can figure out the gender of his partner. It's like playing a game of Schrodinger's penis. Though, it's pretty clear that regardless of how Takeru identifies, he's biologically male. Make of that what you will. This is what happens when the moon cell starts ignoring historical accuracy. Looks like the start of a shoujo manga, which I suppose isn't that different from Gilgamesh or Archer's routes. Hello Hephaestion from FGO. Hello Virgil from Devil May Cry. Allow us to draw our swords in dramatic fashion. If we are only going by these pictures, I'd say Fate wins for all that lightning, but I also know that Devil May Cry is loaded with fancy particle effects. So there you have it. Meme production for Fate seems to be slowing down, but I'll nevertheless continue to seek out the best ones I can. Again, if you see yours here, give yourself a shout out in the comments. Catch you later, sweeties.
Thanks for watching.
If you enjoy this channel, help us grow by liking, commenting, sharing the video, subscribing to OtakuDaiKun, and
most of all, smashing that notification bell so you don't miss out on all our anime lore, discussions, and Let's Play content.
You can support us directly through Patreon, Subscribestar, or a YouTube membership, all of which come with benefits like spicy exclusive vids and early access.
As always, celebrate your fandom. I want to give a special shout out to all my $10 and up supporters. VideoGamer75, Dante Pendragon, Stephen Elak, Samuel Gersten, The Nonchalant Ostrich, Otaku Mom, Jens Bauman, Mystic Samurai 1983, Free Brick, Olympian Doll, Alexis Yukio Gomez Yamato, Lunar Works, Link Pendrago, Observer Bellis, James Hewitt, Uncanny EXP, Zamas Autonomous, Yuki Eidos, Scout, Crow Kalem, Saul Soto, Tristan Riggin, Major, Mei Fumato, Caitlin P, Sogai CH, Vladimirovna, The Taz 96, Jonathan Padua, Kengo X77, Hersha of E-Rated Hands, Alistair Bernadotte, and Akakaze Yume. Thank you all so much.